Good morning. It's early right now for me. So everybody in my house is asleep, which is exactly why I'm doing this right now. And so I'm going to talk at a pretty low tone because you can hear everything in my house and I don't want anybody to wake up. So that's why I'm going to talk at this level the entire time. We're going to do 34 minutes of a circuit. I don't have shoes, mostly because they're upstairs and I can't walk back up there. So I would grab shoes if you can, grab a mat, meet me in a tabletop position on your mat, and let's get started. We'll warm up our wrists first and foremost. So one hand at a time, turn so the palm is facing up towards the ceiling. We'll spend about 30 seconds on each wrist, especially if it's early. This can feel nice before we move into our first plank pose. Go ahead and switch. Take the other palm facing up, stretching the front of the wrist. You can inch the hips a little bit backwards to deepen the stretch. And it's time to start to get connected to the breath, so breathe in and out through the nose. And then flip, so both of your hands are pressing into the mat, but turn your fingers out to 3 and 9 o'clock. And from here, shift side to side, forwards and backwards. You can take this into a circular motion. Go in the other direction if you're doing that. Nice. And then turn fingertips to face forward. Be mindful about how you set this first down dog up. Fingertips facing 12 o'clock. Tuck your toes. Press your hips up and back. Drop your gaze to the back of your space. And take a moment just to pedal out the feet. From down dog, pull navel up to your spine. Walk your feet forward. Take your time. And then rise all the way up to stand. Turn around. We're going to take these right into inchworms. So it's a fold forward, soft knees as you go. Walk it out to your plank pose. And from plank, walk it in. Toes up to your hands. And then stand up. Turn around and repeat. You get the gist. Warming up the back of the body, warming up the core, obviously, wrists, shoulders. All of it gets a little bit of action here. Take one more inchworm. So all the way out to your plank, and then all the way feet up to your wrists. Rise to stand, go into your toe taps. Right, so opposite foot, opposite hand, reaching. Think of this like a standing inchworm. It's a lot of the same parts of the body that we tap into, our core, stretching out backs of our legs, our glutes. If you're moving more quickly, you might feel the heart rate come up just slightly. Nice. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, go ahead. Go one more toe tap. Nice. Walking butt kickers. So heel up to your seat. Stretching out the fronts of our thighs. This tightens up our hamstrings. So you're warming up the backs of the legs even more in a different way. than stretching them out like we did with our inchworms. Nice. Already up to day 34, which is amazing. We're over the halfway mark. Getting so much stronger every day that you show up, mentally stronger just by getting here in the first place and pressing play on this video. Go one more kick on each side and then right into side body reaches. So tapping toe as you reach the hand. Again, you could walk this, right? Or if the body's feeling warm, you're a little bit more awake, go ahead and speed it up. We have, for our circuit today, we're gonna do the circuit 1 minute per movement. We'll take a cardio interval and then we'll go back. We'll do the same circuit for another minute per movement. It's gonna go by super fast. 1 minute, right? You know, at this point, goes by really fast, right? Adding that extra minute each day, you know all about that time interval. Go one more reach and then meet me down for a side to side plank walk. So go to one end of your mat. Let me get the mic situated here. One end of your mat. I've got hands on the mat. I'm gonna move left hand and left foot, and right hand comes under to meet, restacking in my plank. So left and then right, or whatever hand is moving first. When you get to the end, go to the other side. Nice. Right, wrists are warmed up, shoulders are warmed up, core has been turned on. Pull the navel up to your spine. Biceps working, triceps working, right? I know you can feel it in your chest, upper back, and core. Go one more walk. Nice. And then meet me in a plank pose, setting up for lay down push-ups. So for lay down push-ups, knees up or down, just adjusting the mic. You're gonna drop all the way to the belly, reach forward, back, press up. Right? So if knees aren't down, you want to be really cautious of snake rolling away from the floor. You want to press and lower in one solid piece. Yeah, so you lay all the way down, reach forward, hands back, press it up. Lay down, reach forward, back, press it up. You got it. You have about 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna meet laying down on the belly and stay there. Lay all the way down, reach your arms forward, feet behind you, feet mat width distance, lift the chest, lift the feet, and swim. Working whole backside of your body, pedaling it out. You can come out of the shoulders a little bit by bending the elbows, being lifted away from the floor, chest up, heels up, automatically is going to engage you into your back body. Still hugging into the midline, meaning feel your ribs pull in so you're not just flailing around, but you feel a controlled movement. 10 more seconds. You can be here. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1. Release. Press yourself up to a table. Knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. Extend your right leg behind you. Right leg is going to be straight. Lift the right heel off of the floor and lower the heel or toes down. Lift it up. Tap the toes, lift it up. So extended leg, donkey kicks. And if you have a flexible spine or low back, right, in particular, or an openness in the hips, it can be easy to just drop this into a back bend. I want you to keep your belly knit up and engaged. So you're really isolating the lift and the lower to the glute. Nice. You've got 10 seconds, and then you're going to move this into a bent knee with a pulse. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the foot, bend the knee, pulse the heel. Chin out of your chest, keep your gaze forward. This should be sensational, right? It's not supposed to feel like nothing. Moving is feeling our body in an intentional way when we carve out the time specifically to move, right? That's where the intentionality comes into play. And there's so much knowledge of ourselves that we gain when we do that. You only have 10 more seconds. Stay with me. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. Bring the right knee down. You're back in your tabletop. Only for a moment, you're going into fire hydrants. Lift the right knee out to the side and then drop it down. You're working your inner thigh of the lifted leg towards parallel to the mat. It may not get there, and that's okay. You'll start to feel the stabilizer leg, the glute on the left side, firing up. After this, we're going to come off of the wrists. We're going to kind of come out of the glutes, and your countdown is right around the corner. Last 5 seconds. Stay with me. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Walk out to plank. Drop down to forearm plank. Everything we're doing today is fairly low to the ground. So shoulders over your elbows, forearm plank hip dips. So right hip dips, left hip dips, go side to side. Chin out of your chest. If this is too much at any time, you can drop the knees and just simply hold, or knees lifted and simply hold. Both are really good options. Last 3, 2, 1, release. Come to lie on your right side. My right foot is towards the top corner of my mat, so I'm almost at like a little bit of a banana shape in my body. Left foot is going to come up and over. Left foot pressing into the floor. I'm going to rest my head in my right hand, flex my right toes, and pulse up with my inner right foot. So it's right thigh that fires this movement and gets my right foot off of the ground. Stay active in your right foot. Lead with the inner right ankle. And notice if when you lift the leg, it's rocking you back. Just lift the right foot off of the floor enough that you can feel that you're stable in your torso, your hips aren't rocking. Good, you only have about 5 more seconds. Reflex through the right foot, repress through the left. 3, 2, and 1. One more forearm plank. This time we're just holding it. Knees lifted or dropped. Just remember, if they're dropped, they're behind your hips. That way you're still having to engage across the front and lower abdomen to stay true to this movement. Checking our time, mostly for myself, because this is building some fire today. Maybe you're feeling the same way, right? Amazing, even being so close to the ground for all of our movements. Sometimes I associate that with easy. I'm feeling it. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come out of it. A little child's pose. About 5 breaths in some sort of rest. But stay intentional with how you're breathing and feeling your breath. Nice. And then come on up. Meet me in a standing position. High knees. So option 1, you're marching them, lifting the knees up above your waistline, or go ahead, get your heart rate lifted and start to run these out. Again, a little too noisy for my house. I'm going to keep it as quiet as possible. Holt is asleep right above me. Really don't want that guy to wake up so early. So, main goal is just to keep it moving. Last 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Butt kickers. Option 1, same as the warm up. Pull the heel up to the seat. Option 2, run it out. And even if you're just walking side to side, pulling the heel up, you can pick up the pace. Breath should start to quicken because you're lifting the heart rate up. Good. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks. Other option, step and reach over the head. Again, if you're stepping, you can still pick up the pace. Halfway there. Good. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take 30 seconds, breather, get a sip of water. We're going to do the same circuit on the other side. So a lot of our movements were full body, but for like the donkey kicks and the side lying leg lifts, we need to balance it out and do it on the other side. Meet me down, setting up for your side walking plank. Start on the opposite side than you did last time. 5 seconds. Let's begin. Walk it out, slide it under. Walk and under, walk and under, and then switch, right? So you step out from the plank and pull it into the plank. Watch the rock in the hips, right? That's a cue for myself. Last 10 seconds. Go one more round, walk to the other side, and then set up for a chaturanga push-up. So different than what we did last time. Last time we did a lay down push-up. For chaturanga push-ups, just for health of the shoulder, I think it's really nice to do these with the knees down. So bending the elbows back and then pressing it back up. Of course, if knees are lifted, you shift a little forward, drop down and lift up. Exhale the breath as you press away from the floor. So a little bit different than what you would do in your yoga practice, which is exhale as you lower. For this one, because you're not going into a back bend afterwards, you're going to exhale as you press away from the floor. Something totally different feeling about doing these over and over again versus one in the flow of a yoga class. 10 more seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Swimmers. Extend your arms out, legs out, lift up, swim it out. Keep your gaze down and forward, so you're not crunching into the neck, either craning the eyes up or chin to chest, but your neck is long. If you need to take a break in the arms, drop them down, keep the legs moving, or vice versa. You need to take a break in the legs, drop them down, and keep the arms moving. Find your breath. You have like 15 more seconds, right? So if you drop the arms or drop the legs, come back into the full range of motion. Pulse it out. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up to table. Knees underneath your hips, wrists under the shoulders. Extend your left leg back behind you. So left leg is long, tucked left toes. Lift the heel, tap the toes. Lift and tap. Watch how much the belly is dropping as you go into this movement. And keep the front ribs, front abdominal muscles drawn in. Last 10 seconds right here. And then on one, lift the heel, bend the knee, pulse it up. This is where we can start to kind of bend down and crunch the chest down towards the ground. I want you to keep lifted, fingers spread wide. 90-degree bend in both knees. Pulse the heel up. Press equally into your hands, especially when you start to feel sensation ride up into the head, neck, and shoulders. Keep your eyes forward. More seconds. I know. My gosh, my booty. I don't know about you, but my butt is on fire. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. We're not done. We're taking this into fire hydrants. So left knee out to the side and back in. Oh, Maple's here. Good morning. Good morning, Maple. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. I know. Keep going on your fire hydrants. Maple and I are just having a little bit of a reunion. I know. I know. Which also means that I lost track of time. Okay, back on track. Let's go for 10 more seconds. I don't really know if that's right, but you know what? We're all going to be fine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Forearm plank. Instead of hip dips, we're going to do knee taps. So tap the right knee and then tap the left. It's just the knee tapping. Big time engagement for the lower abdominals as you tap and lift. Chin out of your chest, gaze forward. Find your breath, right? If things get hard, which they do at the end of a circuit, we can hold our breath. Tap back into it. Hips in line with the shoulders. You've got 10 more seconds. One more tap each side. Come to lie down on your side. You're lying on your left side this time. Remember, it's kind of like a banana shape. Right foot comes out in front of your left, and then it's a lift of your inner left ankle. Inner left thigh is what's controlling this movement. Hey, pup. Pup up, down. 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 Good girl. I knew I was going to wake up somebody. I'm glad it was you. Go one more pulse up and then drop it down. You've got one more forearm plank. Come over, press up. Knees up or down. You're just holding this forearm plank. This is the last little oomph. And then we stretch, right? I always want to drop my head and round through the neck. Try and just keep your gaze long so the neck is easy, not strained. But you're not dumping any weight into the upper shoulders and the neck. If you drop the knees, consider lifting them again for these last 15 seconds. Got a little shake going on over here. I always like to think that that's when some sort of shift, some sort of change is happening in the body. Take one more breath. Child's pose. Drop the knees. Send the hips back. Wrap the arms next to you. Deep breaths. And take one more deep breath in and let it go. Down dog. Gaze between your heels. Breathe in. Breathe out. And walk your feet forward. Rise all the way up. Reach up. Open the chest. Belly engages. Forward fold. Step your left foot back. Lizard lunge. Walk your right foot over towards the right edge of your mat. Drop the left knee down. Yeah, if it's more comfortable for your left knee to stay lifted, of course you can stay there. And chest facing the top of your mat. Switch sides. So stretching into the hips, outer hip of the leg that is bent in front of your hip for the leg that's extended back behind you. So taking time to stretch into both parts of both parts of your body in the hips. Right? The donkey kicks, the side lying lifts, all of that used the muscles and connective tissues around the hip joint. And then come to have a seat. Extend your right leg out long. Keep your left foot tucked into the inner right thigh. Reach the arms up and fold. If you can't get to the right foot, no problem. Right? You just lay your hands on the leg. Rise up, switch it out. So opposite leg is extended. Now it's time to give in to the head and the neck. Find some release in the upper neck, shoulders. Breathe into the upper back. And easy seat. Reach your right arm up. Tap yourself on the back. A little stretch for the triceps. Gaze forward, chin out of your chest. Switch sides. Good. Release out. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, interlace the hands behind you. Draw the knuckles down. Lift your chest. And then reverse it. Hands on the knees. Press your shoulders back, chin to chest. Feet complete. Nice work. Day 34 in the books. Wow, 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 wow. So good. Love you. Ooh. Lord. This is a good look. Love you. Bye.